Hello everyone, hope you guys are doing great. I wanted to make a quick video just to show you guys what I do to preserve these potted and also the in-ground figs that I have here for the winter. It's November now here in Zone 7, Virginia, and the temperatures do fall, definitely sub-freezing, sometimes as low as the 20s, sometimes as low as the teens, not for too long, of course, but definitely long enough to do some damage. So I'll show you guys what I do. This might not apply to your area, especially if the temperatures are milder, or especially if they're more harsh. You might want to take different precautionary measures. But for me, at least, this thing does seem to be working, and successfully so. So what I do is I look at my soil level and I make sure that these pots are completely filled all the way up to the rim with pine bark mulch. And the reason I use pine bark mulch is because mostly it's an organic material, and I mean this both in the scientific sense but also in the commercial sense, meaning it is a natural medium that will break down slowly and become food for the microbes that are in the pot that will later feed the roots of your tree. But also because the if we get snowfall or ice or anything, it will come from the top down. And so that first layer should insulate the roots that you cannot see right now. But if I just dig even just a little bit, you'll be able to see millions of surface roots. I don't know if you guys can see them in the video, but I definitely can. And they're just everywhere. So fig trees, in my experience at least, absolutely love to throw surface roots. And I will show you guys one final example that's the definitive proof of this. Here are some in-ground figs that I have. As a matter of fact, this one over here, I believe this one is the, let me see if I can find the tag here. It's the, yes, yes, the New York white Sicilian, the Brooklyn white anyway. And the reason I haven't cut these grasses back is because I actually want to leave them as an insulator for later on. But I want to show you guys this. I had here something else growing in this pot, and when I remove the pot, you can see these are the roots, the surface roots of this tree here to my right. So I'm purposely going to leave this black pot over it so that later on I'm going to take care of this, add some more soil so I can remove the pot, and those roots do not freeze over this winter. Okay, otherwise this could easily kill the entire tree. So this is to show you guys that pretty much every single fig tree that I've ever grown absolutely loves surface roots. Now, I don't know if this applies universally to every single tree that exists. I don't grow every single kind of tree, but I do grow a lot of fig trees, as you guys can see. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with as much pine bark mulch as I can. Now, the black pot itself should generate enough heat from the sun, which is facing south in my case. So this thing should have plenty of sun, maybe 5-6 hours a day, every single day, even throughout the winter time. Summertime, of course, we get twice as much, but so it should keep the main body of the pot warm, and then the surface can stay warm due to the decomposition of pine bark mulch. So let me go on ahead and grab that. I do order this from any big box store, Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever you like, and they deliver it here. And I usually do about 10 or 12 at a time because it's pretty cheap. And this is what I do. And I'll use about half a bag per each one of those containers. Those pots, which are these over here, by the way, I also order those in bulk. They are 15 gallons primarily. Sometimes I use 20-gallon pots, but that's very rare. I think 15 gallons is just good enough for me. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here so I can drag this to the potted fig location, and I'll get right back with you guys. One thing that I forgot to mention is that pine bark mulch works really well for me. If you do choose to do what I do, make sure to get pine bark mulch and not pine bark mini nugget, and especially not pine bark nugget. I find that to be way too airy, way too large, and it won't exactly act as a mulch. So this thing is much finer, of course. and it will serve the purpose just well. If you wish to put another medium beneath it, such as leaves from your maple tree or whatever tree you have, that's perfectly fine. And then put the pine bark mulch on top of it as an extra insulator, that's even better. I usually do that. I'm not going to do that this year because I'm a little bit short on time, but that is something that I would do, and I've done. You can probably see this. All of these are leaves. Well, all of these are leaves from last year mixed in here with pine bark mulch. So every year I try to fill these back up, and that's the strategy I'm going to follow. It's been working well for me so far. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and fill this up, and I'll show you what the end result looks like. All right, so I just went on ahead and I backfilled this pot with pine bark mulch. I didn't really take too much care to make sure that the core is not buried. I found, in my experience, it makes absolutely no difference. And if anything, I would like to protect the core as well from any potential frost that we might get. But if you wish to remove all this from the core just as a precautionary measure, that's fine too. I, have nothing to say for or against it. For me, the best insurance policy is to cover as much of it as humanly possible, so you have the best chance of survival if we do indeed get a bad winter. Okay, so yeah, try and fill it up as much as you can with this medium, and try and do this before before we get the first frost. Meaning, give it a time to actually start decomposing a little bit before the dead of winter, and I think you might have even better chances of incorporating this medium into the existing medium. So this is one example. Now I'm going to move on to do the same thing with an in-ground fig, which is this one over here. And for this one right here, you can see all the grass. What I like to do is just rebury some of this grass. You can cut it back, doesn't really make a difference, to me at least. And I will go on ahead. All this grass is going to die, by the way. Winters might not be that harsh, but they're definitely harsh enough for all types of grass. Well, at least all types of grass that I have in my backyard to die. But of course, if you wish to just reap these out, that's perfectly fine too. No worries, whatever works for you, really. And just put as much as which one is this? This one. Oh, this one is supposed to be a panache. I strongly doubt it is, and I was such a firm believer that it was that I put it in ground. But I believe that I've learned my lesson, and I will wait to grow things out before I plant them in ground, even if they are from a reliable grower. So for an in-ground fig, what I usually do is I get a piece of cardboard that I don't have right now to show you guys, and I will lay that down so I can smother any grasses or any weeds or whatever that are growing. And then on top of that, I will put a very thick layer of pine bark mulch, and that works phenomenally well for my in-ground trees. Now in this case, I do not have a piece of cardboard because I neglected to get one for the video, but I will be backfilling this up all the way to the tree ring that I have right here with mulch. So just stand by for a moment and I'll do that, and I'll get right back with you guys. Okay guys, so here we are just a few seconds later. I've gone ahead and I've filled this up with about maybe 4 or 5 inches of pine bark mulch. As I was putting in the pine bark mulch, I want to tell you guys that it really feels very warm to the touch on this November day. So we can already see how, as it gets even just a little bit wet, or maybe has natural condensation or moisture, it does already start to break down and decompose, releasing heat. So that's exactly what we're looking for when we are using this as an insulator or as a medium to keep our surface roots for our fig trees warm. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've smothered all of the grasses that were in here. Of course, this is constant battle here with the crabgrass, but for the most part, all of this grass is going to be dead, and we're going to get new grass that's going to be invasive, of course, and quite a nuisance. this coming spring and summer. But these are two examples. This is how I would do my in-ground fig. I'd try to put as much mulch as humanly possible so as to insulate it from any potential frost. And I would do the same thing with my potted fig trees. Yes, I do understand that they are above ground and they are risking of getting frozen, but the black pot does produce a ton of heat even during wintertime. And I'll come outside here perhaps once or twice during the wintertime just to show you guys that it does actually get warm, and it does indeed protect the roots of my fig. So you can see the difference between these two in-ground and potted figs and the ones that I've not done yet. Every single fig tree that you guys see here will be topped up all the way to the rim with pine bark mulch, and this seems to be working very well for me here in Zone 7, Virginia. And the only ones that I won't do that to will be my massive in-ground trees here, because nothing can kill these, and I mean nothing. I could take these to Siberia and they'd probably survive. I mean, they are just very, very, very hardy. And these are not even the hardiest of varieties, right? There's just varieties that I happen to like and I grow in ground. But yeah, they will do just fine. They've been doing fine for many, many, many years, and we've had some pretty harsh winters here. So I have no fear that they'll do just fine this year as well. So, all right, guys, I want to cut the video there, and I'll see if I can make some more videos about how my different varieties grow and the growth pattern of each varieties that they exhibit from the early stages all the way throughout their, let's call it, adulthood as figs. Okay, all right, guys, well, thank you for watching, and I'll cut the video there. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good day.